All right, so first off, all praise to Yahweh, in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, otherwise known as GMS for short, also known as the Prophets of Doom. And these are where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I'm of that number. And Lord willing, this video will be sincere and edifying. All right, so we started off a couple videos ago, all right, with the title letting Esau know, all right, don't be scared, it's only questions for now. All right, there's going to come a day where they are going to have their judgment, okay, along with the rest of the world. All right, but it seems as though these questions, all right, the lies are not holding up anymore. All right, not only does it, I didn't mean it seems that way as in there's a chance that it's not going that way. All right, this is the way that it is going. Their lies are crumbling on all sides. All right. So what are we to do as Israelite men? What we are doing is warning our people and putting the rest of the world on notice. Okay. What love really is walking in the commandments of the Lord to the best of our ability, but also the charity part of it. All right. Sharing what we are learning and what we are growing into, coming back into who we truly are. Some Israelites are going to be rebellious and scoff at this truth and try to uphold the lies that they've been taught by Esau, all right, because they don't understand, they don't have any knowledge. As a matter of fact, let's start there. Hold on. Okay, yeah, let's start there. All right, this verse speaks to that. This is Romans chapter 10. Hold on. Romans chapter 10, verses 1 and 2. All right, it reads, Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahweh Shai, for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai, but not according to knowledge. And it is this knowledge that we are spreading across this earth, not on our own. All right, this is through the spirit and power of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. All right, all praises be to Him. Okay. So, what is important about the truth is that this is love. All right, the Lord has, through the spirit and power of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, He has left a remnant here to teach the things that should be known by Israel. All right, most importantly, is about Him. Okay, because it's not about us; it is about Him. Now, through Him, we are coming back into obedience. All right, but a lot of people, like we just stated, most Israel is not even paying attention. All right, they're even trying to uphold the lies that they've been told. All right, even if a part of that lie is going your own way. All right, doing what you want to do. You may not see it as you are walking in the ways of the world, but are you walking in the ways of the Lord is the question, because that is what is important. Let me look for this other verse that points to that. All right, let's see. Oh man. Let's see if this will come up. Okay, yeah, this is it right here. All right, we're going to go to Second Thessalonians for a second. The second chapter. All right, first, we're going to Second Thessalonians chapter 2. We're going to read verses 7 through 10, with the point being in 10 about how the love And the charity of that love is this truth. Okay? So it reads, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. All right? The mystery of how these evil people go about their plans each and every day, it's already been at work. They've been up to the same old thing over and over again, mainly lies. Okay? Catching you up in their craftiness, uh, telling these lies, man, in their divination. All right? It's already been out there. It's getting old, man. Their ways of taking over things, right? Staying in power through lies and deception. It's old, man. It's played the fuck out. But most Israel is not paying attention to the truth of the matter, right? Which is love from the Almighty, right? From Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai. So again, 2 Thessalonians 2:7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So there's a time and a place for everything that has ever happened. Okay? There was a time for this man to be hidden, for his tactics to work ultimately on all Israel. We've all fell, right? But there's also the time where his lies are going to be pulled back and we're going to be able to see who this man is. He's being revealed. And when you find out who it is, it clicks. Right? It's like, yeah, we should have known this, man. And we should have searched, we should have turned from the world that he built all around us, okay, whether that be through physically or through philosophies and beliefs. Even if that means turning away from what you thought that you were doing yourself, that falls in line with him also. Right? It's time we turn towards the Lord and see what he commanded us. All right? What does obedience look like when it comes to the Lord? That's the path we should be worried about and that we should be walking in. All right? Not our own, and definitely not this evil man's. But if you are outside the Lord, whether that's the evil man's, the wicked's way, or your way, that doesn't mesh either. All right, you have to go the Lord's way. That's what it's all about. All right. So the Lord is revealing this man. All right, this has been going on, and I don't mean just started today. I don't mean it just started 2 years ago. Okay, I don't mean it started just 10 years ago or 40 years ago. Okay, it's been happening. This man has been showing who he is. Okay. So now verse 8, 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, which is what is going on today. This is what this word is doing. It's not only consuming this man himself. All right, what I mean by man, it's not a singular man, it is a people, a rulership, a dominion. All right, the beast, which is a system. Okay, and when you walk in contrary to the Lord, you are, I mean, you're not the top part of that system, but you are part of that system. You have been indoctrinated to walk outside of who you are, speaking to you Israelites. All right, but we are consuming this man with this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Again, we don't do these things on our own power. It is through the power of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. All right, and it's all written in prophecy that these things will happen, as we just read here. All right, the Lord is consuming him with the spirit of his mouth. That's what all these preachings and teachings are for. That's what this truth is for. And again, not only is it consuming them, but it is consuming all those who uphold this system, right? Including itself. A lot of people out here, most Israelites, don't like this truth. It's pricking you in some way, right? Because you are also being consumed with this truth, all right? But the focus here is on the wicked, all right? But you should take heed to what the wicked has in store for him, because all who hold to his side are also going to receive that kind of punishment. All right. It says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. All right. The nuclear missiles upon the Lord's return, man. Do you know what else is going to come? All right. The chariots, the laser beams from the chariots, the thermonuclear, intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. All right, that brightness is going to wipe out a lot of shit. The only protection that you have Well, here in America, it's going to wipe out everything. All right. That's just straight to the point. It's going to wipe out everything. And the only protection that you have, right, is Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. This man ain't going to save you. All right. This man is not going to save you. And that's a shame that a lot of you look to this man to save you out of everything. Even if it's not, you don't think you're going to him directly. Guess what? If you're in bushcraft, you're going to go get his tools. You're going to take up his learning. All right. You're not going to lean on the Lord. You're going to lean on your own ability. Okay. That this man told you to lean on. All right. He has you thinking some way, somehow that you're going to save yourself from what's coming. It's not going to happen. Even if you move, all right, you cannot escape judgment, man. All right. The fact that you are hearing this means that now you know. You are responsible for the things that you learn. Okay. It's up to you to go search these things out. Prove these things. Okay. Because you are responsible for what you do know. All right. And to know what's right and to not do it is also a sin. Okay. So there's no other way out of this. All right. And you can take it, whether it comes off as sounding harsh to you. All right. You can take it as love. That's what this is. All right. Maybe not directly from the men that's saying this, but it is from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And if Lord willing, you turn and you end up being one of the brothers, all right, you or sisters, okay, you will understand that this is love. You'll recognize that. All right, you'll be able to see and listen past what you feel like is harsh. Because this world has made many a man, all right, effeminate. Okay? Telling the truth offends a lot of people now. It always sounds harsh, as a matter of fact. All right? So let's go to 9 now. 1 Thessalonians 2 and 9. Even him, well, let's read 8 again. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And this is not speaking of the spiritual demon Satan. All right, this is speaking of the man who comes to do the working of Satan. Okay, down here in the definition of let me play this word for you. This is the word for Satan in the Greek. Okay,
Strong's G 4567. Satanas. Satanas. Thayer's lexicon. Satan. Satan.
all right, that's why you always hear shaitan sometimes. All right, so it says adversary, one who opposes another in purpose or act. Okay, the name given to the prince of evil spirits. That's different. All right, you have the prince of evil spirits, and you have the man who does the bidding of the devil or Satan. All right, one who is an adversary to the truth. All right, to the Messiah, to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. All right, to their men. Okay, that is easy to tell who is who. All right, straight up and down the line. If you are against what the men of the Lord are telling you, are all up through this Bible, right, the truth of the scriptures, if you are against it, you are an adversary. You are a damn devil, man. Okay? Now, there are wicked amongst all nations, but there are a group of people known as the wicked. It is Esau, Edom. All right? To also prove that when you hear Satan or the devil, it's not always speaking about the spiritual demon Satan. It says down here, definition 2, a Satan-like man. All right, one who comes again to be an adversary or oppose another in purpose or act. In this instance, we're talking about one who opposes the Lord. All right. Okay. So it also says he incites apostasy from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai and to sin. Right? He takes you away from this truth and towards sin. All right. This world is in the spirit of the law, statutes, and commandments are done away with. So if you tell someone that the law, statutes, and commandments are done away with, what does that make you? Lawless. All right? You are disarmed at that point if you believe that bullshit. Okay? Now, are we telling you that you have to be perfect? No, because we cannot be perfect. All right? We cannot be perfect, but that should not stop you from doing the things that you can to the best of your ability. All right? And you can stop eating bullshit. You can stop eating bullshit, man. I don't mean pick and choose what you want to stop doing to the best of your ability. I mean the things that you can stop doing that shit. Stop it. All right? That's just period, man. Okay? So now let's go back here. All right? Speaking still more about the truth and the sharing of the truth being that charity, which is love. Okay? Giving this truth, which this is obedience to the Lord that's doing this. All right? So again, let me start at 7 again. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. All right? And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they received not the love of the truth that they might be saved. All right? This is what saves you, man. All right? This is what saves you, this truth. All right? If you're not in the truth, hey, forget about it. Unless the Lord is going to wake you up before the destruction. All right? But it is his word. You have to go through his word, his son, all right, to get to him. Okay? There's no other way. There's no other way. All right? This is a scary part, man. If y'all not fearing the Lord, check this next verse out. I have to read this next one. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 11. And for this cause, for the cause of not receiving this love, all right, it says, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. All right, which brings me to this topic of this video. A couple of videos ago, we said, don't worry, Esau, or don't be scared, Esau. It's only questions. All right, for now, it's only questions. All right, for now, you are being cross-examined. This whole world that you have set up, these lies, all right, this craftiness, all the people that you have on the way to damnation, okay, is being, your lies and everything is being put under the microscope. All right, you are being cross-examined, and it's not holding up. Okay, it's not holding up at all. Then the next video we did, it was called More Questions. All right, still on the topic of a certain warning and prophecy that we find in Revelation 13 verses 16 to 17. All right, talking about the mark of the beast. This is the next biggest prophecy that is to hit. All right, and a lot of people walking around here not knowing what it is, which is wild to me. I mean, I understand why it is the way that it is, because this is how the Lord planned it out. But it's just crazy to me. All this truth out here, all the evidence, all the studies, all right, all the going in the words, okay, by great men, and people still have no clue. All right, nor do, hey, there's people out here that have no clue. There's people out here, I mean, when I say no clue, I mean that they've heard the truth, but they're still on the fence about it. They don't know what it is. And then there's people who just don't care to know what it is. All right, they actually don't care. Okay? So, this is what we're going to talk about. More questions pertaining to, all right, this warning that we find in Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 and 17, which the mark is the RFID C-hip. It is the micro C-hip. All right, if you receive this thing into your body, it's a wrap. No room for repentance. And this video is going to be straight to the point. We've gone over this ad nauseum or over and over again. All right, and in the future, Lord willing, we'll go over it more. We'll go back to going into detail. Okay, But for now, I just want to go back into some questions that we had for, in this case, Google AI, about the mark of the beast and what um, would happen if the Vatican is wrong on the micro C hip not being the mark of the beast, which we said if just asking it a question. But we know there is no if. We know that this is what the mark of the beast speaks of. Sometimes we have to ask these questions in a way that makes even AI, all right, that is programmed by Esau. We need to make it. We need to play to its ego, right, and then break it down piece by piece. All right, break down the answers piece by piece. And the thing is that AI will come around. All right, when you talk to people though, motherfuckers are stubborn. Like I said, they don't want to know the truth. Okay, they don't want their illusion destroyed. All right. So this is what love is. Tell them the truth. You can take it or you can leave it. And actually, it's not. That's not even up to you. If the Lord deems you worthy, you'll listen, you'll repent, you'll return. If the Lord doesn't deem you worthy, you're going to come up with any other excuse that you can to not listen to this, to not take heed. All right. So our mission is to just tell the truth, man. That's it. That is being obedient to the Lord. All right. So let's go back here now and get to these questions. All right. Again, this is that knowledge that you need to have for your zeal, to go along with your zeal. All right. Zeal isn't always a bad thing. Misplaced zeal, though, all right, for instance, not having knowledge to the correct knowledge, the truth, the 100% truth to go along with that zeal. You putting all that energy into the wrong way. All right. So, as a matter of fact, hey, this verse just came up. Luke 6:39, and he spoke a parable unto them. Can the blind lead the blind? Shall they not both fall into the ditch? All right. Matthew 15:14. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. All right, you don't listen to this. Doesn't matter which way you think you're going. You're going to find a ditch at the end of that road, man. Okay? So let's get to this question. Let me check this time really quick because I know that was a long-winded intro. So hold on. All right, yeah, I'm going to cut the video right there. And Lord willing, we'll be right back with part 2 to continue right now where we picked up off. So I hope this came through as edifying and sincere. And with that, all praise to Yahweh, Bahoshem, Yahweh Shai, Bahoshem, Rakaha Kodash. All right. Also, double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone. Also, shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I'm of that number. And Lord willing, we'll see you in the next video. Shalom.